Saurabh, you are live. Yeah. Saurabh, we are live.
Morning, everyone.
Okay, Saurabh, you can start, Saurabh. Saurabh, you can introduce yourself and start.
Sir, you are not audible.
Okay, is this audible now?
Perfect, sir.
Okay, okay, I'm sorry, my mic is mute. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Saurav, and I'm a learner, instructor, and founder of H4U Security. And today we are going to learn about Metasploit. So, Metasploit is a framework, right? We all know that Metasploit is a framework. It's an open source pen testing and security framework, right? Be used for recon to post exploitation, right? With the help of this framework, like framework is something that makes hacking simple, right? And with the help of this framework, we can do each and every process of pen testing. Like there are some phase of pen testing that are recon, right? Scanning, or you can say scanning and vulnerability analysis, right? And then after exploitation, then after post exploitation, right? And then after in last, we have to write a report, that is report writing, right? So with the help of Metasploit framework, we can do from recon to post exploitation. We don't require any other tool to perform this 4 phase of pen testing, right? So let's see a very quick history about Metasploit, right? So in 2003, right? In 2003, it was written in Perl language, right? Uh, could you please unmute yourself? Sorry, mute yourself. Uh, Nikhil sir, some background noise is coming from your end. Okay, thank you. So in 2003, it was written in Perl language, right? Then after Again in 2007, it was rewritten in Ruby language, right? Fortran and Ruby, these are the programming language, right? And in 2009, it was acquired by a organization that name is Rapid7, right? Rapid7. So Metasploit is a product of Rapid7, right? So let's Google it, Rapid7. So this is the organization, Rapid7. Its product is Metasploit, and there is also another product like Nextpose vulnerability scanner, right? So it's also a product of Rapid7. Yeah, let me admit it some of them. Okay. Okay. So Rapid7 has two products. That is, the first one is the Metasploit, right? And second one is the Nextpose. Right? It's a vulnerability scanner tool, Nextpose. Right? We can execute Metasploit from both command line interface and from graphical user interface, right? Till now, there are two flavor of Metasploit, right? If I talk about the flavor, let's go on their website. Okay, so these are the two flavors. The first one is the Metasploit framework, and the second one is the Metasploit Pro, right? But Metasploit Pro using organization, it's a paid, not free, right? And Metasploit framework is free and for learning purpose, right? So here in this session, we are going to use Metasploit framework, right? Because it's free, right? And now, if I talk about the current version of the Metasploit, right? So the current version of Metasploit contains 2000 plus exploit, right? And 1000 plus auxiliary. And if I talk about the payload, then it contains more than 900 payload, right? I will see you that I will teach you that what is exploit, what is auxiliary and payload, right? And we will also going to see this practically, right? Now how we can download it, right? So if you are using Mac, then you can go on this link. On this link you can find the download link on this site, right? And from there you can download on Mac operating system Metasploit, right? For Windows, you can go on this site. And since we can execute Metasploit on both CLI and GUI, right? So you can also install it on Windows and Mac as well, right? And for Linux, you can download it from command line as well from the site. The name of the site is apt.metasploit.com. Okay, from here you can download, and for if you are using some RPM package related operating system, then you can download it from here, right? Even if you are, if you can also download it from the command line also, right? For command line, you have to do apt install. You have to use apt tool, right? And Metasploit framework, right? So this command is for Debian based operating system. like Ubuntu, right? If you are using Ubuntu or any Debian based operating system, then you can use this command to install Metasploit. And if you are using any Red Hat related operating system like CentOS or Red Hat, then you can install it using yum command, right? Yum, and rest are the same. Okay, so in this way you can install in your system. But since we are going to use Kali Linux, so by default in Kali Linux, Metasploit is pre-installed there, right? So no need to install it from anywhere. It's pre-installed there. So let me open my Kali Linux. Right, so here you can find Metasploit, right? This is the Metasploit framework pre-installed in Kali Linux, right? Now let's see the architecture of Metasploit. For this, let's go inside the system. And by default, it is installed on under CD, USR, and share directory, right? Here you can find the Metasploit. This one, right? This is the Metasploit framework. So let's go inside the Metasploit framework. Into ls and check the content, right? So there are the things inside the Metasploit framework like data. This is database, right? And then after documentation part, right? This is the module that is the most important thing here, right? Plugins is also there, tools, scripts, right? So it contains a number of things, right? So we are just going to see what are inside the modules, right? Since it is the most important thing, and it is also asking the interviewer, most of the time interviewer asks that what are the modules of Metasploit, right? So let's go inside modules. So inside modules, these are the things: auxiliary, encoder, evasion, exploit, knobs, payload, post, right? So what is auxiliary, what is exploit, and what is payload? Anybody have any idea about these three things? You can write in the chat section. Okay, no worries. I will explain each and everything, right? So exploit are something like you can say that it is a way to hack machine, right? With the help of exploit, we are going to exploit the system, right? So inside exploit, there are n number of exploits. Like the current version has contain more than 2000 plus exploit, right? We are going to see that. Then after auxiliary are something you can say these are the programs for scanning, right? For the scanning part, like while doing pen testing, the second page is the scanning part, right? So for scanning, we we are going to use auxiliary, right? And then after something called payload, right? So payload is used for creating a backdoor, right? It um, while doing post exploitation, we are going to use payload, right, to create a backdoor like a Trojan, install Trojan or any malware or anything, right? With the help of that, we can create a backdoor, right? And encoder is here is the encoder. Where is the encoder? Yeah. So here the encoder. So encoder is used to encrypt the script, right? Just to bypass the threat detection system. We used to script like what happens sometimes you're using some script that are going to exploit the system, right? And the threat detection system have some signature, so they can easily find out or trace you that this is the script that can be harmful, right? So we just encrypt our script with the help of encoder, right? And evasion is something like with the help of that we can evade the antivirus detection system, right? So these are the thing. Now let's start the Metasploit framework, right? So MSF console, right? What is MSF console? So it is a component of Metasploit framework, right? Let me write here. So first component is MSF console, right? Where we are going to use everything. Then after Metasploit framework database, MSF DB, right? That is the database. Then after MSF Venom, right? And Meterpreter. So these are the components. So let's start with MSF console, right? Okay, Dharamber is saying payload is a bunch of script, right? Okay, so we have started our MSF console. This is the MSF console where we are going to execute our each and every command, right? So here you can see that the current version. So let's check the version, which version we are using here, right? So we are using 6.2.25 dev, right? What is dev here? What is the meaning of dev? Anyone know?
Developer version, maybe.
Developer version. And what is the developer version? So while launching any product in the market, there is some phase, right? The first phase is the dev, like development phase, right? Or you can also say it as pre-alpha, right? Pre-alpha phase. Then after the next page is the alpha phase or alpha release. We all know about this, right? It is a testing phase, right? Then after the final and the stable phase is the beta, right? Beta release. This is the final release. So dev, since we are using a free version of Metasploit, right? This is the Metasploit framework. It's a free version of the product of Rapid 7, right? So we are, it's like in the phase of development phase, right? And we are also not getting any support from Rapid 7. But if you are going to use the pro version of Metasploit in organization, then you will get support from Rapid 7, right? So that's the meaning of dev here, right? So the current version 6.2.25 contains 2264 exploit, right? Like it contains 2264 ways to hack a system or get inside the system, right? And it contains 1289 auxiliary. That means we can be, these are the programs like to scan the network, right? So we have 1189 program to scan the network, right? And in same way we have 951 payload, right? 9 evasion, 45 encoder, 11 knobs, right? So these are the things inside the current version of Metasploit, right? You can also update it using uh, apt apt command, right? Update, right? So this way you can also update it, right?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here it is showing us 11189 auxiliary is available.
Mhm.
As you said, we use auxiliary for the scanning purpose. So is the nmap included in this?
Yeah, we can even, there are some plugin feature here, right? We can also integrate nmap there, right? With the help of I will going to show you that how we can scan the network using nmap by integrating with Metasploit framework, right?
Sure, thank you.
Okay. So here right now we are in console, right? So you can also take help, right? So -h, that will, okay, this parameter is not working here. -h is working here or not? Okay, right? So here you can see these are the parameter you can use here, like these are the flags, right? So all, so encoder, so knobs, right? If you want to show what are the exploit, right? So we can see here there are 2264 exploit, right? So let's see the exploit here, right? So the command is show exploit, right? Right, so you can see here 2263 exploits. So these are the exploits from number 1 to 2263, right? So it's a very huge number of exploits here, right? Next, what we can see here, so we can also see payload auxiliary post, right, using show option, right? If you want to use any of them, right, then you can use with the help of use command, right? You can even, you can search for a particular exploit, right? So like let's try to use an auxiliary to scan something, right? So search for port scan. Let's scan a port, right? So search, right, port scan, right? So here you are getting this type of this auxiliary, right? So these are the auxiliary, it's a auxiliary, right? Even all 7 are the auxiliary you can use to for port scanning, right? So TCP port scanner, let's try to scan the TCP port. Okay, so here we are going to use the 5 number auxiliary, right? So using use command, right? Use, even you can write the number 5 or you can write the entire name of the or path of the auxiliary, right? So you can simply write use 5, right? So here we are going to use this auxiliary for port scanning, right? Now what next? So there is something called option here, right? So with the help of option command you can check that what are the field required to fill, right? So these are the field, it's say that yes it's required, so these are the required field, right? We have to fill it. So concurrency is already filled with here, right? Delay, jitter, these are field. Ports, right? So you can here write down the ports number, right? From like which port you are going to scan from 20 to 30 or from that to that number, right? Then after our host, right? So we have to set our target IP address here, right? So let's choose a target, right? So let's find someone on the Google. Do you have any domain name and domain name we are going to scan? Okay, so let's
Twitter
try to
maybe.
scan Twitter. Okay, so let's find the IP address of the Twitter. Okay, so we are able to ping it here, right? I am going to terminate it here. So this is the IP address, right? 104.224.42 and 1. So let's set the target. So with the help of set command, right? We are going to set the host. So set our host and the target IP address. Alright, so we have successfully set our target. Let's verify with the help of option command. Right, so here we have filled our host, our target IP address in the our host section. Right, here it's blank and here it's filled with our target IP address. Right, now how to do it? Right, so we are going to scan it. So let's run it. Right, so in this way, like it's a scanning here, right? So in this way, we can scan our target with the help of Metasploit, right? And now the other thing, that is Metasploit database, right? So let it be scanning, like let this scanning happen. Let's learn the about the Metasploit database, right? So still scanning is going on, right? So by default, the Metasploit database is a built-in PostgreSQL, right? The name of the database of Metasploit is PostgreSQL database, right? This is the pre-built database of Metasploit, right? What we are going to do here, so we are going to store the information, right? So we can use the database to give the information and stay organized during pen test, right? Why we use database? We use database to uh, make our data organized there, right? Like we can also put our data in any storage, right? But why we are put database, our data in database? Because in database we can organize our data, right? So that while at the time of retrieving the data from database, we can easily access our data, right? Since it is in organized structure, right? So let's open a new tab here, right? So still the scanning is going on, right? Let me open a new tab here. So here I am going to start the PostgreSQL, right? So the command is systemctl, right? Start PostgreSQL, right? It's asking for the password. After we have successfully started it, right? Okay, still it's going on, right? So then after the next thing we have started, now let's initiate it, right? So msf db and init, right? Okay, so it's saying to run it as a root, right? So let's run with the help of sudo and msf db init. Already configure is keeping initialization, right? So it's already started, right? So with the help of workspace command, right, we can workspace. Okay, Okay, so our database is active, right? Okay, so you can read the file of the database, right? It's stored under the USR share Metasploit framework, and under framework, uh, let me see you is CD USR share, right? CD Metasploit framework, right? So inside here there is a directory with config directory, right? So let's go inside config. So here you can see the content of database, right? Database.yml. Let's read the content, what is inside here. So these are the things, like these are the data we have created, right? Even you can also create any data and store it there, right? So still it's going on. Okay, so right now we are in MSF console, right? So let's check the database status using, okay, so connected to Metasploit framework. So in this way we can connect our database, right, with Metasploit framework, right? Now let's check the workspace here, right? So here's the workspace here, right? You can also workspace is something like it's a space here you are working like terminal, like this is a workspace one, this is the workspace two, this is workspace three, right? So this is something called workspace. You can consider it like that, right? So if you want to add a workspace here, right? So the command is workspace. Even you can check the help option, right? So with the help of -a command, you can add workspace here. With the help of -d command, you can delete a workspace here, right? So here I am going to create a workspace -a, and name of the workspace. So name of the workspace is my workspace. Okay, let's check it using workspace. So here we have successfully added our workspace with the name my workspace. Even you can delete it using -d, right? Right. So we have successfully deleted the workspace, right? So in this way you can create and you can delete the workspace, right? Now we are going to integrate the nmap with Metasploit framework, right? So for that, let's take a target, because we are also try to exploit that target, right? So let's select a target, right? So okay, so there is a college in Bihar, okay, Ellen Misra, okay. Let's take this college as a target. So here I'm going to find out the IP address of this LNM cbvm.org. This one. So this is the IP address we are going to use as our target, right? So let's perform a nmap scan here, right? So nmap -s tb it 20 and the IP address of the target. And also we are going to save it and create a file here, right? Like in nmap, how we can save a file, right? Save up the result, like whenever we perform any scan on nmap, let's try to perform a nmap scan, okay, on this particular IP address, okay. Okay, Dharamveer is asking, bro, it's your college? No, it's not my college. So these are the things we have find with the help of nmap scan, right? Now we have to save this scan report as a file, right? So how can we save in using in nmap? So there are a few things with the help of that we can save our result, right? So save result in nmap, right? So there are some format, right? So the first format is the normal format, right? So to save your result in normal format, you can use the command as nmap -o capital N, right? And the file name, right? Like with which file name you are going to save your result, right? So this is the format. This is the command. With the help of that, you are going to save your nmap result in normal format, right? The other format is XML format, right? So here you have to nothing. You can just replace n with x, right? The rest other command is same, right? The format of command will be same. You just have to replace the n with x, right? The other format in which you can save your nmap result is a script kiddie, right? We all know what is the meaning of a script kiddie, right? So a script kiddie is something like noobs, right? Don't have any basic idea. He just cramp any command, right? And then after performing some hacking type of activity, right? So for a script kiddie, the command will be same, right? You just have to replace the n with capital S, right? And the next format is the grippable format, right? So here you have to just replace the n with G, right? And there is another format, that is the all format, right? So for all format, you can just replace n with A, right? And by default, the all format save your nmap result in three format, right? The first format is the .opvpn, right? That is open VPN, you can say. And second is the dot gn map, right? And third one is the dot nmap, right? So these are the format in which you can save your nmap result, right? So here we are going to save our result in OX format, right? That is XML format, right? So the command is nmap-s tv. Okay. So this is our target IP address, right? And then after we are going to save in the format of XML, right? And name of the file will be pentest report. Okay.
Why did you select the XML format?
It's not any specific, like you can also select any other format. Where I am select XML format,
Okay.
right? Okay, so we have done here, right? Now let's verify our report is here or not, right? With the help command. So I say my result with the name of pentest report, right? So let's see. Okay, so here is the pentest report. You can even read it out using cat command. So this is the result. We have successfully saved, right? Now what next? So we are going to import this file in Metasploit database, right? So let's open MSF console. Okay, first check the where we are right now, right? So let's check the location. So pentest file. So pentest report, where pentest report is. So pwd. So it is inside sub directory, and sub directory is inside the home directory, right? So pentest, the location of pentest report is /home/sub and /pentest report, right? Now open MSF console. Okay, so there is a question from YouTube that what is the purpose of creating new workspace? Okay, so basically, workspace gives a logical separation, right? Not physical separation, logical separation. Since this is all the things are happening in virtually, right? Not only physical way, right? So let's assume you are pen testing a company, right? So there might be possible there are many networks there, right? Like a subnet. So for each subnet, you can create a new workspace, right? That will make your task easy to perform the pen testing there, right? So that's why we use workspace, right? For more
Saurabh
target.
sir, can you just increase the font size?
Okay, okay, sure. Okay, is this okay now?
Yeah, it's visible. quickly.
Great, great.
Okay. So here we are going to import our report file here, right? That is inside the /home/sep, and the slash name of the report is pentest report, right? So for that, we are going to use db database import, and the location of the file, that is /home/sep/pentest report, right? So here we have successfully import that file, right, on the database of the Metasploit, right? Now,
Sir, what
yeah,
is this Nokogiri version? So,
where is the Nokogiri version?
in the third line of the import part.
Parsing with Nokogiri version 1.13.
Yes. So what it is?
Okay, Nokogiri version. Okay, I will have to check about that. Like, might be possible it's a version of related to something file, right? Some XML file version, right? So what
Okay.
next? So we are going to check the who is the host of this file, right? So with the help of host command, okay, you can check the host here, right? So what is our target IP address? Anyone remember?
119.18. That one.
Which one? This one.
Second. Yes.
This one. Okay. So now let's check the what are the services running here, right? So on 119, there is the 119. Okay, so these are the 119, right? So you can see these are the services that is running on here, right? Even there is a open SSH that is in open state, right? 7.4 protocol 2.0, right? So you can Google it and find is there any CVE or any exploit for this particular version, right? So let's go on Google. And there are many other things like OpenSSL 7.4 protocol 2.0, right? Okay, so it's for other target. No, the target is same 119, right? So these are the services running on this particular host, right? So let's Google it, this particular version. It might be possible we will able to find any exploit on Google, right? Okay, so it's by Rapid 7. Let's check if there anything valuable here or not. Okay, so here you can find the exploit of the particular version, right? That is for OpenSSL 7.4 protocol 2.0, right? So it was created on 2018, right? And disclosed on 1999 even, right? So this is the exploit you can use to exploit this particular target, right? But since I don't have any written permission from that college, so I'm not going to exploit this, right? Like this is something like illegal, right? So in this way you can find the exploit of your target, right? And you can exploit them, right? If you have a written permission, and if you are doing any pen testing on your target machine, right? So this is the way, like you can, in the first page we have learned that how we can scan our target, right, using setting our host target ID IP address here, right? Then after we have seen that how we can integrate nmap, and how we can use Metasploit database, right? So in this way we can find the exploit of the target, right? But we are not going to exploit it here, right? So these are the things, right? Now what next? So now solve a lab, right, on TryHackMe. Okay, someone is asking, sir, sir, can we perform these things on our system for practice? Yes, you can perform, like you can install Metasploit, right? And there you can perform this thing. There you can use the exploit. But here I am using the exploit for this particular, like this is Ellen Misra College, so I don't have any written permission, so I cannot proceed with the exploit, right? It's illegal. So you can proceed it with when you are using your own machine, when you are doing this on your own system, right? So you can perform the exploit there, right?
Can we confirm it on DVWA?
Sorry.
Like we have some testing vulnerable websites like
Mhm.
DWVA or
Yeah,
TVWA. I don't
yeah,
remember it.
yeah. Definitely, you can do you can even do here on your friend's PC, like on your own system. On you can deploy Metasploitable in your virtual machine, and there you can perform the same thing, right? But don't try to perform this on any one site, right? Since it's illegal, right, and punishable also.
Yeah, correct.
If you have written permission from anyone, like if I take a written permission from this college, then I can perform exploit, right? And I can also inform them, like these are the things with the help of that attacker can get access to our system, right? Don't know, it's not working. Okay, so the lab we are going to solve here, right? So the name of the lab is poster. So have anyone ever solved this lab, poster lab? Anyone, any idea?
No, not yet.
Okay. Okay, so here is our target IP address, right? So first thing, let's connect the OpenVPN here, right? Okay, so here I have to become super user. Okay, so I have successfully connected with the OpenVPN here. Let me open a new tab. Let's try to ping the target. Is this pingable or not? So it is the IP address. No, it's not the IP address. Okay, so our host is active, right? Our target is active. Now it's asking for what is the RDBMS install on the server. RDBMS like a relational database management system, right? So database management system is a software that is used to build, update, manage, and interact, right? Or you can say retrieve the data from the database, right? So a relational database is store data as a table in the form of table, right? So it's asking for what is the RDBMS installed on the server. So we have to find out the name of the RDBMS that is installed on the server. So what we can do, so we can simply scan the IP address using nmap, right? That's the first thing we can do. So let's try to scan using nmap. Okay. So here after scanning, you are getting this result, right? Host is up, nodes on, and all, right? So the first question is what is the RDBMS installed on the server, right? So you can see that PostgreSQL is the RDBMS, right? It is the database that install on the server, right? So you can write your answer here, right? Okay, now the next question is what port is the RDBMS running on? So it's very simple. It's running on port number 5432, right? Okay. Now the next question asking here, right, is after starting Metasploit, search for an associated auxiliary module, right? Auxiliary module that we can use to for the scanning purpose, right, in Metasploit that allow us to enumerate user credential. What is the full path of the module starting with auxiliary, right? So it is saying to find out the credential, right? Credential could be the username and password, right? That is the one of the high priority credential, right? So we are going to find out the credential, that is the user ID and password using Metasploit, right? So let's start the MSF console. Right. So since we have to perform it with the help of auxiliary, right? Because auxiliary are the program that we use to scan the target, right? So here you can find or try to search, is there any auxiliary for postgre, right? So you can use any keyword. So I'm going to use the auxiliary postgre, right? Okay. So here I am able to find out the auxiliary for the postgre. Okay. Let me maximize it. Okay. So since the question is asking for the credential, right? To enumerate user credential, right? So user credential could be something related to ID and password, right? So here we are going to use this auxiliary, right? That is for PostgreSQL login, right? So how we can use this? Anyone tell me that what is the command to use this
Use for
auxiliary? Right, correct. So I'm going to use for, right, and we're going to start with it. Right now, what next I can do here? Any
options.
options, right? Okay, so let's check the options. What are the options here, right? So it is going to also do the brute force, right? Brute force is something that we use to crack the password, right, by attempting n number of credentials, right? So there's something password that is left here and it's not required also, right? So what are the things we can put here? What are the options we can fill here? We are going to fill here. Any guesses? What we can fill here? We don't have username, right? Okay, we can fill the rhost, right? So what is the command to fill the rhost?
Set arrows.
Set rhost and then after the target IP address, right? So
Yes.
what is the target IP address? So the target IP address 10.10.10.10.171 dot, let me check, 75. Let's verify it. Right, so we have set the rhost, right, with our target IP address. Right now, what next I can do?
Run.
Right.
Set username. Is it required?
We don't have any username, right? And also it's not required. It's saying no in the requirement section. It's saying no, right?
How
And we
about
also,
the arrow port,
sorry,
the port, listening port?
where, which option? Report, you're asking about this one?
The arrow port, the port on the listening port, where we shall be getting the reply. Yes,
Mm,
that one.
proxy or report? Which one? Return row set. This one.
Yes, the error port. Remote port.
Sorry, I'm not getting you. You can write in the chat section what exactly you want to ask. Okay, so here I am going to run. So what exactly this auxiliary doing? So it will try to do the brute force right on this particular target IP address, right? And try to get the username and password, right? So let's do it. Okay, so is there anything you guys find here? Right. So login pair, login pair, login pair, login pair, right? Okay, so it is something that login successful, right? So here you can say this is the username, right? And this is the password, right? And you can ignore this at the template one, right? So let's go on the question. What is the question asking about? Okay, so no answer needed, just computer, right? So it's saying that after starting Metasploit, search for an associated auxiliary module. So already we have searched with the associated auxiliary module, right? That allow us to enumerate user credential, right? So with the help of this module, right? Post create login, right? The did this right. And what is the full path of the modules starting with auxiliary? So it's also showing a hint, right? That the module is starting with auxiliary. So it's as simple, right? This one is the path of the auxiliary, right? So you can just simply copy paste here, right? What is the this one, right? Right. Now, what are the credentials you have found, right? So it's asking for user and password. So it should be in the format of this user colon password, right? So this is the credential we have find here. All right, this is the credential, right? Username is postcre and password is password, right? So we can simply copy it here, right? And then after you can paste it. Now the next thing it's asking that what is the full path of the module that allow you to execute command with the proper user credential? So what could be the answer of this one? Guys, anyone tell me? You can write in the chat section even.
So we choose auxiliary path.
So what is the path? Could you tell me that what is the full path? Okay, that's one thing. It's like I'm not going to solve the entire lab, right? I'm just going to show you something, right? And then after I will just tell you that how you can solve it, and the rest other thing I will assign you as a homework, right? So this is as simple, like it's a very simple task. Not you don't have to do anything, right? So this question is I left it for you for the homework, right? Now the next thing is asked that based on the result of 6, what is the RDBMS version installed on the servers? So we have to find the RDBMS version, right? So what we can do here, right? Any cases what we can do? So we are going to use another auxiliary for finding the version, right? So let's search auxiliary post.
Sir, seventh one.
Okay, just a second. This one, right? So you can use this one auxiliary, right? This version auxiliary. Even you can also use any other auxiliary, like any other thing. You can try, right? So there are not more than, like, there are only 10 auxiliary here, right? So you can try one by one, right? Which one is going to work here, right? So you just have to do nothing. You just have to select the auxiliary here, right? And then so see the option, then set the target IP address. Now you already you have ID, username and password, right? So you can also set username and password there, right? If it will be required there, right? So now you have IP address of the target, the username and password, right? So with the help of that, you can try this 10 auxiliary to find out the version. And for the next other question, let me see the other question. What are the other question, right? So it's also asking for the path. So you can, it's as simple, right? Then after, it's saying that compromise the machine and locate user text, right? So what you can do, so you can also try any auxiliary. With the help of that, you can locate the user text, right? So this question is something related to, let me check the previous question, right? Okay. So it's asking for version. So try any of the following auxiliary, right? Definitely you will get any auxiliary where you can find the version of the RDBMS, right? Then after the full path, right? Okay, so how many user hashes does the module dump, right? So it's asking for the hashes, right? So you can use any of the auxiliary from here, right? That will give you the hash file, right? So is there any auxiliary? So you can use hash dump auxiliary to find out the hash file, right? Like here the keyword is also a relatable hash dump, right? So you have to do all the concept is same, just select the auxiliary, right? Use number it, right? Even you can also type the full path of the auxiliary. Then after, go to the option and set the target credential there, right? And run. Then after, you will find the result, right? So it's as simple. What is the full path, right? And then after, there definitely will, like, after finding the hash file there, right? You will find any file there, right? And you have to go through the file, right? And you have to compromise the machine, right? And then after, you have to read the content of user.txt. And there is also saying for escalate the privilege and obtain root.txt. So you have to read the content of root.txt. So this is your final flag, right? So it's your homework to perform the rest auxiliary, right? Just try each and every auxiliary, right? Only 10 auxiliaries here, right? So that's all about the today's session, right? We have seen the what we have learned in today's session, right? We have just seen the some of the history about Metasploit, right? Then we learned about the component, right? And then we learned the Metasploit DB and how to integrate Nmap, how to perform a scan, right? How to create workspace and how to use auxiliary for various scanning part, right? And we also solve a lab. The name of the lab is poster, right? So this is the lab. You can take a screenshot to solve this lab, right? So that's all about today's session, right?
So if anyone has any questions, they may proceed to ask, or else I'm sharing the feedback and quiz form now.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So using Metasploit is, I mean, it is being used in which stage of pen testing? Like if we can tell, like reconnaissance or
You
before
can
reconnaissance?
Metasploit is not just a tool, it's a complete framework. And the thing that why we call it as a framework, because with the help of Metasploit, you can perform recon, you can perform scanning and vulnerability analysis, you can perform exploitation and post exploitation. Exploitation is something like system hacking, right? And post
Mhm.
exploitation is something where we are going to create the backdoor so that there is there is nothing like we have to again and again hack the system to get inside the system, right? So we are just creating a backdoor, right? So on this 4 page, you can use Metasploit. So it's a complete framework, right? It's not a tool, right? So with the help of Metasploit, you can perform this 4 phase of penetration testing, right?
So I mean, we can perform multiple activities like bypassing the rules, bypassing the password.
Yes. You can
Okay,
do.
got it. Okay.
Okay, so I think no any more question is there. So I'm going to terminate this session. So Nikhil sir, are you here?
Yes, we have posted the quiz form. We are closing the quiz at 11:30. So there's one more question by Rahul into the group, into the Zoom. Please check that.
Okay, let me check the comment. So the question is difference between Nmap and ping, right? So Nmap is a tool for scanning the thing, right? And ping is a command line tool. You can use ping to check the connectivity, right? Like the connectivity is stable, like the it's active or not, right? So ping is just a tool. Like let me show you. Right? Ping, like you can ping anything like 8.8.8.8, that is the IP address of the Google database, right? So it's so that yeah, you can ping like the machine is open here, right? So with the help of ping command, you can perform this task only, right? But Nmap is for Nmap is a like a very large tool, you can say. With the help of Nmap, you can scan a lot number of things. Like the very common Nmap command is scanning for the version. Like this is the option. Even you can take the help option, right? So here you are getting the list of flag, right? Why to use -f, why to use -d, -s, right? So these are the flags we can use with Nmap, right? Right, and the your target IP address. So let's assume this is your target IP address. So with the help of nmap command, you can get n number of things, right? You can see what are the ports open, what are the services running on that specific port, right? So these are the things you can get with the help of nmap tool, right? Okay, so someone is asking how to do pivoting using Metasploit, right? So it's a different topic. Like pivoting is something where a hacker moving from one hacked system to another or one or more other system within the same, or you can say same premises, or from the different organization. Like, so this is the process of pivoting. So it's a different topic. We will learn about this in any other class. Okay, which payload is used for Android hacking and create backdoor? So you can search on the MSF console, right? There are a number of payload is there, right? So there is a search option. With the help of search, you can search and try, right? So someone is saying that Metasploit is the part of red teaming, right? So red teaming means red teaming is something that do some offensive side, right? It is offensive side of the information security. So Metasploit is used by attacker as well as the security engineer. Security engineer uses to see, like just to see the vision of the hacker, like how anyone can hack our system and compromise our system. So just to see the vision or perspective of the hacker, security engineer use Metasploit. Like it's Metasploit Pro is using industry by the pen tester, right? So yeah, you can say that most of the time for part, offensive side, we use Metasploit. Okay, so there is a form in chat section. I think it's a attendance form, right? So everyone should uh, fill the form, right? Like the deadline is 11:30 only, right? So kindly fill the
It's
form.
quiz form and feedback form both.
Okay, it's a feedback form. Okay, it's not a attendance form, it's a
Both,
feedback
both
form.
quiz and feedback both.
So your budget. Okay, so two form are there, one for feedback and one form for attendance, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so there are two form here. You can fill the form as well. I'm sharing the form link again. So this link is for attendance link, right? And next link I am going to share is for the feedback form, right? This is the link of the feedback form. Okay, so someone is asking that, sir, does the payload created using Metasploit are blocked by antivirus, right? So inside module, there is something called evasion, right? So with the help of evasion, we can bypass or evade the antivirus detection, right? So it depends on the technique. Sometimes might be possible that antivirus is able to block your exploit, right? Or payload. And sometimes you can bypass, because hacking is all about bypassing the security, right? So you can research that, you can try on your own system that you are able to bypass the antivirus using evasion or not, right? So guys, kindly fill the form. Only 7 minutes is left. After that, we will delete the form from the chat link, from the chat section. Okay. 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 So any more question?
Sir, how to make payload?
How to
Make payload.
how to create payload is a different topic. We will
Huh.
learn in another session. Don't worry about that. Okay. There are
Okay,
many
sir.
topics we are left with, right? We just cover MSF console and MSF DB, right? The rest other thing is left. Like it's a Metasploit is a very huge framework, right? And to learn each and every part of Metasploit, it will take more time, right? So you cannot learn each and everything in just 1 or 2 hours.
Okay, right, sir.
You can follow our Instagram page, right? There, or LinkedIn page. There we are going to update you. Like we are going very soon. We are going to launch few course, right? First course is the CEH version 12 and CEH practical, right? Then from CompTIA side, we are going to launch two course. First one is the Security Plus, right? And the second one is the Pentest Plus, right? And next
Sir,
course we
will
are going. The next
sir
course
will
is,
you
yeah,
will you launch SOC analyst course?
yeah, definitely we are going to work on that SOC and even for malware analysis, right? Like in
Okay, sir.
market, there are less number of course for blue teaming, right? So
Yes, sir.
we are work on
So
that.
send your LinkedIn profile. I ping you.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. So we are going to learn some course related to blue teaming, like cyber forensic, malware analyst, right? Like the role of malware analyst is like there is a company, the antivirus company, I don't remember the name, McAfee, right? So
Yes.
this company hired malware analyst, right? Like very often you can find on LinkedIn profile a job by McAfee for malware analyst post. Even your Microsoft hired blue teaming profile like a threat hunter, right? So these are the profile, but we are not aware about this profile, right? So the team is working on this course, and very soon we are also going to launch course related to blue teaming, right? So till now, very soon we are going to like a CS version 12 and CS practical and this course, right? Linux, and then after hacking using Kali Linux. So these are the course we are going to launch. Like in market, these courses are available. Like the starting price is from 20K, like 20K or 30K, 40K, right? But we are going to launch this course around 2 to 3K only, right? In a very affordable price. Anyone can afford it, right? So
Yes.
I'm going to share the Insta profile and LinkedIn profile as well. You can follow us there. We are going to update you there, right?
Sir, where will you upload these courses?
And no, the courses will be live. We are not going to record the course and sell the recorded course, right? We are going to do this course on live. All the course will be live.
No, sir, I'm asking, where will you launch? Your website or some other place?
No, till now we are working on website. Like there are some features we are adding on website, but you can follow us on our Instagram profile and on our LinkedIn profile.
Sir, please
There we
post your
will.
LinkedIn profile there.
Yeah. I'm going to share here, right?
Sir, please post Instagram also.
Mhm. So this is the Instagram profile, and this is the LinkedIn profile. So you can follow us there, right? And very soon we are planning to launch a platform, right, where you find the job in the domain of information security, right? Because to find a job in information security, you will have to scroll down a lots of website, right? Like Indeed.com, LinkedIn, Monster, Naukri.com, right? So it will consume your time, right? So very soon we are launching a platform where you will find the job related to red teaming and blue teaming, right? We will categorize the job profile, right? So it will be very easy to find a job on that platform, right? You can easily find a job and internship as well, right? So just stay tuned with us. You can just follow us on Instagram and LinkedIn. There we will update you about each and everything.
Sir, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
It may be silly. So currently I'm in blue teaming. So I'm already
Okay.
working in a blue teaming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if I want to switch to the red teaming, like
Mm-hmm.
though I'm learning the Kali and pen testing and all. So how difficult
Mm-hmm.
it will be from switching
So
to red teaming?
in which position you are in blue teaming?
Security analyst.
Okay, you are a security analyst. So you want to switch in pen testing, right?
Yes, pen testing or maybe application pen testing.
Or maybe VAPT or WPT, right?
Correct. Correct.
So, like in which organization, like wherever you are working right now, so you can ask the organization, is there any job post for the same, right? If no any job post is there, you can apply from outdoor, right? There are many organizations, like since you have experience with blue team, right? So since you are a
Yes.
experience holder already, you have experience in uh, security part, right? So you know the
Yeah. Yeah.
defensive side. You just have to
Yes.
learn the offensive side, right? So if you gain a certificate like CH practical, don't copy CH version 12. It's a very theoretical type of paper, right? It won't help you more. So you can consider CS practical, or you can consider PNPT. It's a new in market, PNPT, right?
Also, there is EGPT, right?
Yeah, EGPT is also a very great certificate, right? And OSCP is pro level certificate. The cost is also high, like it's an expensive certificate and it requires a good set of knowledge to crack OSCP. So you can go with these three certificates: CS practical, PNPT, EGPT, right? And if you are looking for job, then go for CS practical, right? If you're looking for job in India, then must go for CS practical because it's a HR favorite certificate. Like many of the HR are from the business background. They are either from BBA or from MBA. So they don't have that much knowledge about, like PNPT is a very new to the market, right? And they also don't know about EJPT, like this type of certification, right? So they know about CH, right? So CS certificates, CS practical will be a good choice for you. It will definitely help you out to switch from blue teaming to red teaming, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Even just don't go with the certificate, right? Just go with the skill set. If you have a skill set, then it's easy, but sometimes certificate help you out to get a job, right? Like if there are opening of 5%, right, and 60% apply for the same job post, right, then HR can filter them on the basis of their skill set, right? Let's assume 20% have the same skill set and same experience, right? Now the next filter the HR can put here is the certificate, right? So might be possible only 4 out of 20 have CS practical, right? So the 4 will be easily higher because they have same skill set, they have same years of experience, but the plus point with this 4 are they have certificate of CS practical. So in this scenario, certificate will help you out to get a job, right? Okay, someone is asking, sir, is there a difference between CS version 12 and CS practical? So yeah, there is a difference. Like EC Council provide two type of certified ethical hacker certificate. The first one is the theoretical or ANSI based, right? Don't go with that, theoretical, right? And the second one is the practical, right? So in theoretical, they just ask you the MCQ type question, right? And in practical, you will have to solve some challenges, right? So theoretical paper have some version, like earlier the version was version 11, but recently in September month they launched the new version, that is version 12. So almost everything is same, the module is same, but they just add some technology like grid computing and many more, like 4 or 5 new things they add on version 12, right? CS practical is something different from this version, right? You will have to solve the challenge there practically, right? So that's the difference between theoretical and practical. So any more thing you guys would like to ask to me? Okay, how much knowledge for get a job, right? So look what happened. If you're asking about job, then in market, just uh, don't think about the ethical hacking. There is nothing like ethical hacking or hacking in the market. Like don't go with ethical hacker or something like that. Be a network security engineer, be a cloud security engineer, be a SOC analyst, be a malware analyst, right? Be a security engineer. That are the real life post, right? That are the posts that are available in the market, right? So okay, how much knowledge for get a job? So if you are asking about the knowledge, right? So the teaming that is in red teaming, right? And blue teaming and purple teaming, right? So red teaming is all about the offensive side, right? And blue teaming is all about the okay, defensive side, and purple teaming is the combo of both offensive and defensive, right? So for
Sir,
purple
which
teaming,
team?
yeah, yeah,
Sir, which
yeah.
team have more scope, like red teaming, blue teaming, or purple teaming in the India or outside of the India?
Okay. I'm going to tell you. So what happen if you want to make your career in purple teaming, then it require a set of knowledge, and apart from knowledge or skill, it require experience, right? To be a purple teaming, because what happens like if a company, let's suppose there is a company, it require employer to test their network, right? Like a pen tester, right? So the company will have to hire a person, right, for that. And if the company want someone to secure their network, then you have to hire another person, right? That means you have to hire two employee, right? And for each employee you have to pay separate salary, right? But if company hire someone who know both offensive and security, then the company will have to hire only one person, right? And what is the benefit here? You have to pay the fee of a single employee, right? The company don't have to pay for two employee, right? So that is the benefit of purple teaming, right? But to be in purple teaming, it require experience in both red teaming and blue teaming, right? Now if I talk about the red teaming part, then the job opportunity are like in the field of pen testing, BAPT, WPT. So these are the domains there you can make your career. And if it's for blue teaming, right, so you can make your career in SOC, you can make your career in network security engineer, you can make your career as cloud security engineer, right? You can make your career as threat hunting, you can make your career as malware analyst, right? Reverse engineering, cyber forensic. So these are the domain where you can make your career in blue teaming, right? So for fresher, I suggest you to first try it with red teaming, right? It will be okay if you are in college, right? And there if you get any job, any kind of job from, like what happened, like if you are from BCA or BSc right? BCA or BSc in
Sir, I
college.
have completed my bachelor's in BCA and currently I am pursuing the MSc Cybersecurity and Digital Forensics. So what type of roadmap should I have follow?
Okay, so from where you are pursuing MSc in cyber forensic?
Cybersecurity and Digital Forensics.
No, so from which college?
RRU, Rashtriya Raksha University.
Okay, so Rashtriya Raksha University is a very great university, right? There are two university in Gujarat. The first one is the National Forensic Science University, right?
Yes, sir.
National Forensic Science University, and the second one is the Rashtriya Raksha Shakti University, right? So this is the two university that provide course in the field of cybersecurity and digital forensic, right? So these two colleges are also good for the placement. There are many company visited there, right? You can find on the LinkedIn. There are many students from your college, from Rashtriya Raksha Shakti University, and they are working on Deloitte. They are working in Wipro. They are working in other company like Microsoft, even in Google. Someone is working in Google also, right? On the various post. So just try to go for the campus placement, right? If you get the campus placement, that's the very great thing for the fresher, right? And if you are pursuing anyone pursuing BCA or BSc in college, right? So you can, like many companies like Wipro, they are hiring in bulk, right? Even there is a WILP program, that is work integrated learning program by Wipro, right? TCS. So these are the company they are hiring in bulk, right? But they don't provide you the particular mm, job profile, right? Like if you are looking for network security engineer or any engineer, so they are not going to provide you your own choice, the profile on the basis of your own choice, right? So what you can do there, you can simply work with their own perspective. Like let's suppose they hire you as a software engineer, right? You get a campus placement from your college as a software engineer. So just work there for 1 or 6 months, right? Then after ask your manager that you would like to work on project related to red teaming or blue teaming, right? So they will definitely help you out, right? So what the benefit here, you will get a campus placement, so you don't have to apply from outdoor, right? So it will save your time as well as it's a secure, right? Since you are working in a very big company, so that's the also one more benefit for you, right? So in this way you can get higher. Even you can also apply from outdoor, like we are also going to launch our platform where you will find the job related to red teaming, blue teaming and purple teaming, right? So job are almost in each and every domain. There are n number of job in red teaming and blue teaming. Both teaming are great, and there are n number of job. The only thing is required is the how much skill you have, right? How good you are in performing offensive side and how good you are in protecting the network, right? So it's depend on the skill set you have, right? So someone is asking that
Thank you.
how about CISO? I have experience of 1 year, right? So to become a CISO, that is Chief Information Security Officer, right? It require both technical and management level of skill, right? If you have master degree, right? If you have done MBA, right, then it will be easy to you to go on the post of CISO, and you also have a couple of year of experience to be a CISO, right? So it require all the things. CISO require, it's a one of the highest position in security domain, CISO, right? Like it's a Chief Information Security Officers. So you have both technical and management skill, right? And you have a couple of year of experience in red teaming, blue teaming, and purple teaming, right? Because someone is asking now, I am pursuing BTech. How can I find job in this domain? So if you are pursuing BTech, then the one thing you can do is to try to get a campus placement. No matter in which domain you get a job, no matter you hire as a web developer or hire as a software developer or cloud infrastructure or network engineer, no matter, just get the campus placement there, just work there for 1 or 6 months, then ask your manager to change the domain, right? If manager is not agree to change the domain, then you can leave the organization. And what happens when you leave the organization, you have 1 year of experience from top MNC, right? Then it will be easy to find a job in the market, in the open market, right? Because to getting a job as a fresher is difficult part, right? In the open market. If you are in college, then try for the campus placement, right? And what are the things you can do to get a job? You can create your LinkedIn profile, right? And be active on LinkedIn profile, right? You can write blogs, right? You can write blogs on Medium, on GitHub even, right? On Quora, right? You can create your own YouTube channel, right? So these are the things you can do to be active. You can do some of the project related to security part, right? So these are the things you can do, right? This will increase your chance of hiring, right? If you have knowledge of writing, like there are like it's not required to be a security engineer only. You can also get hired as a content writer in security domain, right? Any company can hire you if you are good at writing, if you are good at writing on Medium, like if you have a blog page and you are very good, you generate a good traffic there, right? Then any company can hire you as a content writer in the field of security engineer, right? Okay, someone is asking that how can I get internship or job in cyber security field? I am more interested in cyber forensic field, and I have also completed CES certificate. Okay, so you have completed CES and like you are looking for internship, then definitely you are in college, right? Or either you are in college or you are as a fresher, right? Okay, so you are in college. Okay, so right now also you are doing an internship with Cyber Security India, right? It's also a part of
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
it's, it's
ये
also
डोर
in
कर दो ये डोर ही आएगा सर या ड्रॉयर्स या एक डोर ठीक है ये स्लाइडिंग कर दो
Dilip, you
इसके
can
अंदर
Mute yourself.
Employers? Yes, lab.
Okay. So for internship, like if you go on LinkedIn, there are many private limited. They are offering internship, but in return they are asking for money, right? They say that this is the paid internship, and that's the one of the major foolishness, right? Someone saying that you have to pay 5K and then after you will have to work for me, right? So is this valuable, right? You are also going to work for that company, and in return you are also going to pay money, right? So is this feasible? No. You are investing your,
Well, that is
you
the
are
reason like we are providing free internships. So there are
right,
other
right,
aspects of it to it also. Yeah.
right. And what they are doing on this internship, they are doing nothing. They are just providing you 5 or 10 days of training, right? 5 or 10 days of training where they will only train you that what is hacking, like what is uh, black hat hacker, what is gray hat hacker, what is white hat hacker. They are the very fundamental concept they are going to train you, right? So that's not feasible from any perspective, right? You will have to pay money, you will have to work for them. In return you are getting nothing, right? Just a certificate that is not valuable, right? You're not going to work on any project, right? So don't go for any internship that asks for money in return, right? Like in information security domain, I hardly will find any internship, right? In the security domain. So what you can do, where you are living, there is edtech companies there, right? You can easily find on the Google, is there any edtech company, right? And on edtech company you can find that in which domain they are providing courses. For fortunately, if you are find any edtech company that are providing courses in the domain of CEH, right? CompTIA, like any security certification they are providing, so you can go to that edtech company and ask for, is there any vacancy in your organization, is there any vacancy for teaching. You can also do a internship as a teaching, right? The teaching. And what happens, sometimes the edtech company also provide you a very small project related to pen testing. They have collaboration with many colleges, they are collaboration with the state government, right? So you can consult with your nearby edtech company. There you will definitely find any opportunity, right? Next one you can do is you can try to find an online, is there any opportunity for as an internship in security domain, but hardly you find any internship, right? If you find an internship, then definitely they are asking for money, right? So don't go for this type of internship, right? And very soon H4U security, right, is also going to launch a internship, right? We are also going to provide you internship, but to be a part of that internship, you will have to qualify a aptitude paper and you will have to qualify the interview round, right? Then after you will be eligible for that internship, right? And on that internship, we are going to do each and everything practical, right? We are going to do at least 4 or 5 projects, right? So you can stay tuned with our social media profile, right? There we will update you about that internship, right? Even Cybersecurity India and Nikhil sir is also doing a great job. He is providing free courses. Like if you are going to learn these courses, if you are going to learn this thing, like if you are going to learn Metasploit even in the market, and these all the things, like this is an internship of 3 months, right, Nikhil sir? What is the duration of this internship? Anyone tell me that the duration of this internship?
Yeah, it's 3 months.
Okay, it's a 3 month internship, right? And the classes is going on every weekend, right? On weekday or weekend, the classes is going on.
Weekends.
Okay, on Saturday and Sunday, right? Or only Saturday, I think, right? So if you're going to learn this much of thing in market, they will going to charge you around 20K, right? But here you are learning each and everything free. So it's a very great initiative by Cybersecurity India and Nikhil sir, right? You can say thanks to Nikhil sir for this opportunity, right?
Thanks to contributors like you also who was contributing their time and efforts basically for this work.
It's my pleasure to be a part of this internship. So
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for your time today. And we have closed the quiz also and the feedback form. And it was really great of you that you have spent your time and efforts here. So thank you very much, Saurav sir. You guys can follow him on LinkedIn and his company also, Hackers for You. So thank you very much.
okay, thank you, sir. It's my pleasure to be here.
And Happy New Year to everyone.
Yeah, it's a very happy new year to all of the learners here. Right, because you will learn something new in this year and make your career in information security domain. So all right, guys. So I'm going to terminate the session now. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you.